Hey, hello everyone. I'm so super excited. Today is such an amazing day, and I feel fantastic as always. Yes. Hello, the praying mommy. So, today's live session, real quick, I'm going to be talking about should you marry for love or money. That's what I'm going to be talking about. So I'm going to do first things first. I'm going to do a quick introduction of myself, so that for everyone here, thank you guys for joining in. More people are coming in. Hello, Casta Clicks. Hello, Oluwadamilola. Let's pin that comment there. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's live session. So, just give me a sec, real quick. I'm going to connect this here. So, today's session, I'm going to talk about should you marry for love and money or money. So, my name is Sarah Ize-Iyamu. I am a love and lifestyle content creator, and I run the love and lifestyle company called sarahsugar.com. You can go check it out. There's so many fun articles there on my blog. So why did I transition into love coaching? That is a very, very interesting question. So for so many years, I've always been an online business coach. So, however, I still have my digital marketing company. It's called 24 Hours Clients, where we do coach people on how to build marketing funnels, websites, and the likes. And then we also have the agency arm where we run ads and do things for people. So, however, for a long time, like I remember growing up, I used to read love books, right? Growing up, especially especially with the type of upbringing I had, it actually pushed me to I got exposed really early to content, not romantic books, not those romantic love novels. No, those ones were very boring to me. But what was really interesting to me was topics around marriage and love and things like that. So I remember watching. I would set the timer every time it was time for Bimbo Odukoya's show on TV. Then I would just run to the second living room and say, Mom, they started, let's come and sit down and watch. And then we'll sit down and watch and everything. Say, Mommy, so you're going to do this, so so everything will be all right, those kind of things and all. And then moving forward. Hello everyone. Marry for security is valid to me. Casta Clicks. The security is a compound word. Okay, Casta Clicks. Okay, so fast forward to recent times. I started from then on. I went dive into reading business books, personal development books, also love and relationship books. So, however, fast forward to recent times, despite being a online business coach, a digital marketing professional, I had people in my circle always reaching out to me for love advice. Hey Sarah, what do you think about this? Hey Sarah, what do you think about that? Hey Sarah, I need help with this. Hey Sarah, I need help with that. And I always had an answer for every concern they had, right? And yes, I also did notice that I have friends that are like way older than me. So, and then friends in my bracket were not that friends in my age bracket, because I'm in my 20s, were not that much. So I had friends that were mostly in their 40s, 50s, 60s. So maybe that's part of where I also got that knowledge by observation and all of that, and knowledge from reading and books and all. Then, however, I still had my own personal shadow when it comes to relationship that I needed to deal with, of which, yes, I'm so glad that now I've dealt with. right? And relationship is a very interesting topic, I must say. I hope you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear me, please put it in the chat that you can hear me. Yes, please put it in the chat that you can hear me clearly. So, hello, Zizi Sarah. Hello, Olusegun Black. So, relationship is a very interesting topic, right? And relationship is also a very powerful motivator. Like, it's a very, very powerful motivator. It can motivate a person to do great things and can also motivate a person to do really, really bad things. So, yes, I'm super knowledgeable about relationships. We're talking gone wild, from masculinity to femininity to psychology to looking at cultures, and I've even gone into materials dated back to 1920s. Like my team and I, before we started Sarah Sugar, we did talking 2 years worth of research. 2 years worth of research. We looked at why marriages are failing really fast today versus what made marriages stay for as long as 50 plus years in the past. And we also looked at mindsets and all of that. So that's the brief summary, the brief introduction. So welcome to Sarah Sugar. We're going to be talking now. Let's talk about love, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about love. I like love too much. See my eye. Let me say, you like love too much. See my eye. See my eye. I like love. Is your love? Is your love? Is my love? I like love. Leave it like that. Now, should you marry for love or for money? Now, this question is really dicey because on the internet, there's so many things happening. Men are against women. Some women want to marry up. Marrying up means hypergamy. You're marrying somebody of a higher status, economic status. Why some people want to marry down? Hypergamy, marrying someone of a lower economic status. Okay, some people have no clue what they're doing. Some people are dating for fun, just for sex. Some people are actually dating to marry, but they are, because of their what did I say? Their because of what's in them, they are attracting the wrong partner and going in circles. So the dating pool is in chaos right now. So many things are happening, right? And I saw a video recent. They're asking a lady, would you marry for love or fun? She said, she'd rather cry in a G-Wagon than laugh in a keke. And it's funny because people say things and they don't know exactly the gravity of what it is that they're saying. So I'm going to break down certain things when it comes to relationship and you wanting to marry either for love or you want to marry for money or even marry for both. You can even have it all. Some people don't know that they can have it all. Some people think, okay, the guy will eventually have money in the future. Let me just marry the guy like that. But you can actually have both. So let's break both down. Marrying for money. So let's say you want to marry for money, right? And I'd like to break it down because I don't want to tell you, you must marry for love. That's the best thing ever, And then so I don't want to come and say, you must marry for money. Money is important. I just want to paint pictures, right? I'm an imaginist, so I want to paint pictures for you so you can have some form of mental image of what it is that you're looking for. So let's say you want to marry for money. And you came from a poor background, maybe a poor background that your parents struggled, they didn't really have money, or they didn't even have any form of financial intelligence and the likes, and you want to marry for money. You feel marrying for money will liberate you from the financial struggles that you're going through at the moment. Now, if that is the path that you want to take, you must understand that you must be ready to embody a new set of beliefs, because the mindset of the rich is totally different from the mindset of the middle class and the poor. So it tells you you have to fully embody the mindset. You have to fully embody what it's like dating and marrying a rich partner. So what does that look like? Like, how do they think? How do they make decisions? Where do they hang out? How do you dress to attract? How would you communicate? You have to get hobbies, because rich people are all up there. I'm going to ask you, oh, what hobbies do you do? You have to get hobbies like painting, dancing, drawing, gardening, volunteering, cause then you have to level up on your knowledge game. If it means gain knowledge in investing stocks or gain knowledge in real estate, you just have to level up on your knowledge game, because when you're talking to your rich partner, to your rich mate, you want to be able to communicate with them in such a way that you connect with them, because relationship is really all about connection, your ability to connect to a person's heart and soul, right? People think relationship is all about, oh my god, I'm so in love, oh my god, it's so sexy, see the eyes, always kissing, you know. It makes me feel so alive. That's what people think. They get into relationship with that kind of mindset, like they rush into it because of with the whole high sexual tension, without thinking things really through. So if you really want to marry for money, you have to embody, like you have to fully embody a wealthy mindset and a persona of a wealthy woman or a wealthy guy. And that and it's a form of, how will I put it, it's a difficult transformation, but it is possible. It's a difficult transformation, but it is possible. So in the sense that you have to work on your communication skills, your body language skills. You also have to, like I mentioned, leveling up on your knowledge, or your knowledge game, like getting knowledge on investing, on things, and then also your hobbies. You have to learn new things. If it means learn how to go and play golf, you have to learn how to play golf, because that's where the rich people are hanging out. You have to find out where they're hanging out at and go there to hang out with them, to flow with them, to connect with them, to vibe with them. So that's what I would say. If you really feel that marrying, because a lot of women now, the notion is really heavy on social media, why that, oh, women should marry for money is more important, don't marry a fine guy. Like, I was listening to someone on YouTube, don't marry a fine guy, marry the ugly guy that has the money is important. And I'm telling you that money is important in marriage. People don't even know how important, because when there's no money in marriage, you've just created a form of money trauma for your kids. So let me just throw that there, right? So, and your kids have to deal with having to get rid of strongholds when it comes to money. Things that you're supposed to do, they have to do it. So money is actually important in marriage. Feeding, the clothes, daily living, you are going out, like, love is an expensive game. Oh, you have to do date nights. If you want to do date night every Friday, you do date night every Friday. You want to travel maybe once a month, I mean once a year, or twice a year, or 3 times a year. You see that? So, and then maybe gifts is our love language. God help you that gifts is our love language. Hey, you have to now buy her gifts, or and you look at all these things. So it has an important factor, but it's not the entirety of the whole constitution called marriage, right? It is important, but it's not the whole entirety. Because if it's the whole entirety, why are some rich people getting divorced? So that tells you that it's not the whole entirety of what makes up a good marriage. Do you understand what I'm saying? Makes up a good marriage. So should you marry for love? You see, love on its own is all based on how a person defines love. See where I'm heading to? Because how I define love is different from how you define love. because people have filter systems in their head of what love is. People already have filter systems in their head of what love is, because our first teachers of love were the people that brought us up. But you understand that your first teachers of love were the people that brought you up. What you saw in your upbringing has defined love for you until you go through some form of reprogramming as an individual. Hello Jubilee, hello Tunde Robert. Until you go through some form of reprogramming, and you have to now also redefine love by yourself. You have to now come to a point where you redefine what love truly is to you, and also many people already have a preconceived idea of what love is. They think, oh, love is sex, love is we love each other by having sex every day. That's their definition of love. Some people think, while some people, because of the trauma and the pain they saw in their upbringing, they have connected love to pain. So in their head, they have to struggle very hard to receive love from their partner. So that's why I said different people have their own preconceived definition of love. And I'll tell you that love in itself is not fully, there are so many moving components when it comes to love. So, and I'm going to break down that component. So when you say you want to marry for love, right? You don't look at the butterfly feelings you are feeling at the moment. You look at you yourself as an individual. Do you understand your personality? Do you understand yourself? Have you looked deep within? Have you done a deep self-reflection to know the type of person that you are as a human being? How emotionally mature are you? Are you emotionally mature to handle conflicts in relationship? Are you emotionally mature to keep a relationship for a long time? Because there are rich people getting married and breaking up in 15, 16 months. So you want to ask yourself, are you emotionally mature do you have the emotional maturity, the emotional tenacity to keep a lifelong commitment such as marriage? This person that you want to get into the constitutional marriage, this person comes from an entirely different background. Are you patient enough to understand this person, to understand how they think, why they act the way they do, why they make decisions the way they do, why do they have this kind of bad behaviors, what triggers them, what doesn't trigger them? You see all of that. So you as an individual, you have to build emotional maturity. And then the pattern that you're getting into also has to be ready to do some form of work when it comes to building emotional maturity. So you see that emotional maturity is one key factor that is important when it comes to the whole wanting to get married as a whole. So if you're wondering, why some rich people are divorcing, it's because many times a person can be 40, 50 years old and they're not emotionally mature. A person can have $1 million, $2 million, and they're not emotionally mature. They do not have the wisdom or even the emotional tenacity to handle difficult situations when they arise. And that brings me next to a second important factor when it comes to the whole idea of getting the whole constitution of marriage: compatibility. So compatibility cannot be overrated or underrated. What do I mean by that? Compatibility is really key. You want to look at, are you ready to go? Do you really want a hypergamous relationship that's marrying up somebody that makes more money than you? Or are you both financially compatible? Do you both align when it comes to your financial values? Do you like saving? Are you a big saver or a big spender? Are you a big earner, and then is your partner generous? Because a person can be rich and not generous. So that you see, that's a different way. A person can be rich, have a lot of money, but they don't have the provider energy. And we all know that the man should be the protector, the provider in love, right? The man should be the protector, the provider, the leader in love. So financial compatibility, you want to look at that. Are you guys compatible in terms of your financial values? Then you also want to look at emotional compatibility. Have you both dealt with your childhood traumas? Are you both emotionally mature? Do you have the capacity to handle very difficult situations when they arise? Then also, how are your relationships with your friends, with people lower than you, people higher than you? How are your relationships with your enemies? How are your relationships with your exes? How do you behave in public? How do you behave in private? How do you behave in secret? So you see all of that. And then you want to also look at spiritual compatibility. In terms of spiritual, you can be very spiritual and the other person is not spiritual. And then you're talking spiritual language and the other person is like, what are you saying? And you guys are like clashing, like, hello, what's happening? So spiritual compatibility is key. One person can have spiritual gifts and the other person is practically a baby and have no idea about spiritual gifts. So these are like things that causes turbulence in relationship, that cause people to like fall apart. They don't really think to this depth. So spiritual compatibility. And then you also want to look at, are you physically attracted to this person? Like, you're gonna be waking up to every freaking day seeing that person's face every day, morning and night, morning and night, morning and night, good and bad, when they are sick, when they are well, everything, when you are fighting, when you are happy, in-law here, in-law there, every single day you're going to be seeing that person's face. So are you 5 years down in the marriage, can you still admire this person? Can you still say, kiss this person's face? Can you still admire the person no matter what? And then you also want to look at, so physical attraction is also important. Some men, they run away from a woman by the time she gives birth and she loses her body and everything because they don't have that emotional tenacity and quote unquote knowledge, or sometimes even patience to understand. They flee. So these are like moving factors, things you have to consider. So, and then you also want to look at intellectual compatibility, right? Are you somebody that loves reading books? Do you love personal development? If you're someone that loves personal development and your partner doesn't like reading books, doesn't like personal development, yeah, someone say marry for purpose. We're going to get there. On number 2. Number 1, we talked about emotional maturity. Number 2, we talked about compatibility. And then we're going to dive into purpose. So compatibility, intellectual compatibility. You love personal development, but your partner doesn't. That's one key factor that can crash a relationship. I remember, I think I said this in one of my videos on YouTube. You can go check me out on YouTube, Sarah Sugar. Check me out on YouTube. I talked about a guy that started out really poor, selling water bottle on the streets with his wife. Came into the internet marketing world, started making money. And then, when I say he started making money, we're talking, guy was making $500,000 per month. So, and he changed. You can check him out on YouTube. He did a video on how money destroyed his marriage, by the way. So he changed, started carrying women, divorced the wife despite he had a kid. Carrying women, bought a yacht, party every day, started making $1 million in a month to $1 million in a day. His life was like poof, on steroids, right? And he came on Instagram Live and he spoke about why the marriage didn't work. And he knew it was based on that intellectual compatibility, that he was building himself so fast and so much in the internet marketing world. The wife wasn't. So she was like on zero. She wasn't even learning on, she didn't even know anything about online course, website, nothing like that. She was just a wife. And it's if he felt they were just not on the same page. But at the same time, he too had his own bad attitude, right? But 5 years later, he has now fixed the marriage and gone therapy and now come back to the wife and everything. So intellectual compatibility is really, really key. If you're someone that loves personal development, you love reading books, you love learning, upgrading in your knowledge game, you want to be with a partner that also has that kind of hunger and drive for wanting to develop to become better. So you guys are like in sync. You don't want it you're like intellectually growing, and your partner is like not even developing or growing intellectually in any way. So yeah, I've covered number 1, emotional maturity. Number 2, compatibility. Hello, official ambassador. Hello, everyone. So now number 3, purpose and vision. So once you've looked at your level of emotional maturity, then compatibility levels, you want to look at purpose and your life's vision. What's your purpose in life? Like, some people don't have a life purpose. People are just walking around without a life purpose. So you need to have some form of life purpose. Like, do you want to save the trees, or do you want to develop young girls, or you want to help young boys on the streets, or you have some form of calling towards single moms, or you want to help unemployed? You need to have some form of life purpose and vision. And then whatever partner the partner that you're looking for should be someone that aligns with your life's purpose, someone that you both are in sync and you both can work together on that life purpose. You see? So the person can be like, the person comes into your life as a partner, not a competition. So because you're not competing with each other, no, you are growing together. It's a synergy of two souls. Marriage is really a synergy of two souls, two personalities coming together as one. Next, the 4th factor you want to consider when it comes to getting married, whether you want to marry for love or for money, you want to consider your knowledge on relationship. Are you actively getting knowledge on relationship? Because knowledge, wisdom can save you from a lot of heartache. Like, some people are just making they're just going through unnecessary pain, that if they get a book and read that book, it will solve that problem. They're like, oh wow, I didn't know this. If I knew this, I wouldn't have gone for this type of partner does not fit my personality and where I'm going to. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, for example, there are some women that, because of their depth of maturity, they cannot date men. They can't date or marry men within their age bracket, right? And some women that they became mature so fast that it's better if they date someone of a higher age bracket. And there are cases where I've seen a case where a woman, she's 4 years older, she's older than her husband, and looking at their personality, the husband is like, he acts very mature, while she acts very girly and young and playful and bubbly and but the husband is like really mature and calm, and someone is requesting to be like, don't worry, just give it a hold. And then that's why I said it's really, really key that you get knowledge when it comes to relationship as a whole. Like, learn about childhood traumas, your attachment styles, learn about femininity, masculinity, learn about parenting. All of these are key factors that play major roles in the institution of marriage. And then, hello everyone. So all of these are key factors that play a huge role in the institution called marriage. So this is what so getting knowledge on relationship is super super important. Like when you get this knowledge on relationship, for example, there are women that because of the type of trauma they have, type of upbringing they had, maybe their dad was extremely strict or their dad was emotionally unavailable, emotionally not present. You find that these women, they find it difficult to relate, to connect with men. You see that they find it difficult to relate and to connect with men. So that tells you that they need to gain knowledge on that aspect. How do you communicate with a man? How do you inspire a man's love, a man's devotion? How do you bring up the spark in the relationship? How do you inspire the man to make more money? How do you increase attraction in the relationship? So these are like, school don't teach you these things, right? But it's your decision to get a book, buy a course, get a coach, go for therapy for you to gain this knowledge. Some people just enter into marriage and they don't read anything. They just enter into marriage and they're like, they feel stuck and they stay there for 20 something years without even getting a knowledge to solve the issue that they are experiencing. So getting knowledge on relationship is the fourth factor. It's really, really super important when it comes to deciding whether you want to marry for love or for money. So someone wants to join my live. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. I covered a lot of things. So that's why I said love in itself, it encompasses a lot. And I broke that down as much as I could. Hello, Solomon. Hello. Hello, Bolagbo. Let's see more people here. Okay, Solomon. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And as I'm about to round up, feel free to check out my blog, sarahsugar.com. There are tons of articles. We have content going out every single day, answering love and relationship questions. Every single day, my team and I are rolling out amazing content that would help you in this aspect of love and relationship. So, like I mentioned, yes, we still have the digital marketing arm. It's still up running, and I'm grateful to and I'm so super super grateful. And yeah, that's it. So my new program for the ladies that are looking towards getting into a serious committed relationship, my new program is called Cherished and Committed. And in that program, we break down everything from how to how to work on yourself to build your emotional maturity. Okay. Okay, all right. So, yes, building emotional maturity to understanding yourself as a lady, as a woman, and then to attracting the right partner, an emotionally healthy partner, and then leading it up all the way to marriage and all. So, yes, like I said, I'm so super excited. I love this new season of my life because one thing I love about this new season of my life is that talking to clients is fun in the sense that we talk about so many things: sex, communication, life in general, topics that are really, really, I would say, beautiful, mind blowing, and beautiful, and refreshing. And refreshing. Beautiful and refreshing. So yeah, so relationship is really, really an important factor in our world today. Like, look at Jeff Bezos. Yes, his first marriage didn't work, but however, Baba is getting married again. And in my head, I'm like, okay, with all the billions, you're still going to get married again? Ah, that means this love is really, really sweet. Oh, Solomon said, David, please feel free to send me a message via DM. Feel free to send me a message via DM, and I will definitely respond. Okay, so yeah, relationship is really an important space in the sense that when, especially for men, when a man is in love, hey, he can do things. In fact, you'll be inspired to do wonders, to give the woman all, to make money, to even fight war when a man is truly in love. So that's why I said it's a very, when I started today's live session, I mentioned that it's a very powerful motivation for good, and can also be a powerful motivation for bad. So yes, thank you guys for joining today's live session. I will talk to you soon. So feel free to visit my blog, sarahshooter.com. Have a lovely day. Bye.